system?
Honestly, bro, the system's been pretty easy, and that's not because of Hapsy. I think they're just good teachers, great teachers. The coach has been unbelievable, giving me an extra meeting, so staying out later, coming in before, coming in on off day, and just me on my own time, catching up to make their transition a lot easier. So we all been hands on trying to learn this playbook, and so far we're about 80% there. So there's a couple things they want to get me in, but we're just taking it 1 week at a time, especially with the ramp up. Just getting me in where they feel I can play and things like that.
Jordan stood up here yesterday and told us that he's got the perfect vision for you. He wants the defense introduced, you to come out last. Crowd goes crazy. You get a sack on a 3-and-out on the first series. Have you envisioned how it's going to go for you?
Nah, I didn't envision that yet, but I mean, I love a prophet. As long as he's praying and he's praying right, I'll take that prophecy for sure. I'll take it.
Mike, back in the football learning part of it, I remember I was reading something from Mike Zimmer who called you brilliant.
Yeah.
Have you always been a smart football guy who's just able to pick up on things pretty easily?
100%. I'm just so hard on myself that I never make the same mistake twice. So it's just the ability to learn and understand that, I'm going to make mistakes, I'm going to mess up, but just doing everything 100%. And then usually if someone teaches me something, I probably won't forget it because it's probably important if they're teaching it to me. So I'm actually really grateful for Zim because I told him coming here, I was like, Zim taught me so much about protection. This beats protections, expect this and this protection. So some of the looks, they're over here trying to teach me. I'm like, yo, I've been under the master Zimmer, so there's not much you can pretty much tell me about protections. I understand how each alignment is going to dictate the pressure. Me aligning is going to dictate the pressure, and how we can open things up. And I think Hapsy was even surprised about some of the things that I said, man, I can command this and control this. If you want to stay in this formation and drop back, I was like, we could bring out some skills of mine out the toolbox that I used to use.
When we talked to some of these guys like Edrin Cooper and Rashawn Gary, they said that this defense has the chance to be scary and cause nightmares for people. From your perspective, what do you see? You can say the potential in this defense.
Oh man, I think I agree 100% with them. I wasn't familiar with obviously the Packers defense. Obviously trying to focus on mine, and we kind of just focus on offenses. But just being here, being around the guys, seeing how these guys practice, seeing how each skill set each one of them has. Like Luke, man, I really like how he plays. He plays that run well. He gets up vertical really well. I know I can count on him for a bull rush. Just like understanding and learning people's play styles, and I really like how everyone's been practicing, and even some of the interior guys. Even though they lost Kenny, you can tell he really helped them guys a lot. I told him, I said, I've never been around a group full of 3 techs that can rush in, play the run like this, and it's just a bunch of young guys. So I'm extremely excited about the room, the linebacker core, even the young DB core they got back there. So I think it's going to be an exciting year.
Michael, last week you said watching practice has been like watching your brother play Xbox and not getting your shot. When you look at the approach for week 1, would you want any sort of rep count or snap count or situational football, or are you just so hungry that you want it all at once?
I'm so hungry I want it all at once, but that's why you got coaches, and I always been like that. I never been the type to say I'm finna come back on seconds, I'm finna load the plate all at once. Like I'm finna get everything I need in one meal. So that's just always been me since I was a kid. And as players, all we know, like I said, and I tell people, all I know is go. So once I get an itch of competition, like I see the basketball courts all around the building, I'm like, guys, who wants some? Like, even though we got 3-4 minutes, who want to just shoot some hoops real quick? Like, that's just me. So I know once I get out there, I'm just going to want to go. And that was the first thing, they're just like, well, we got to see how your body is. We got to do that. Because at the same time, I do have to get healthy. I do have to do all those little things to make sure there's a longevity piece in this. It is 18 weeks. There is hopes for playoff run and a long playoff run. So we have to think about that and making sure that everything is good to go.
When did the back tightness start this summer? Like during your workouts, or did you feel it during your workouts?
Honestly, it started during camp. When I did a lift, and I felt like during one of my lifts, I felt a tweak, and then I just think standing on it, and I overused it, and that happens. It was a complete accident. There was multiple MRIs and opinions about how the injury can go. But like I said, I completed my medicine. I've been at treatment every day, and we've been attacking it and being aggressive to get me as healthy and as quick as possible.
You think you're going to have to do anything, take an injection or anything to play?
We're just going to see about that. Right, like I said, right now, we just took the steroid pack that I got from the Cowboys last week, and we started that last week while I was getting treatment there. So we just started that. We finished the pack, and hopefully that works plus treatment to get me back, to 100.
It's been a week since the trade went through. For you to have 80% of that playbook down seems like pretty good progress for 1 week. What's the past 7 days been like for you acclimating and having the meetings, having the conversation with the coaching staff?
It's fun. It's really fun. I think there's also part of it. It's just like, as when we're young, we love learning things, right? If I taught you how to play a game and you really love the game, you're like, oh man, this game's really fun. And I think just learning a new system and being around a different group of guys, we're learning like who can go here. It's like the chessboard, back to the chessboard. We're learning what piece is what, and I think Hafsey wants to make me a queen again and move me around, and he's trying to say, what do you like, what don't you like? And I'm like, man, I like it all. Like, I just load it, whatever, and then we'll talk about it later. And I think that's what he's been doing. I'm just happy they're giving me a chance to learn this much and absorb it and trusting, what they heard from other coaches who I've been around. And they're putting a lot on my plate, and I take that, and, I'm excited about that opportunity.
Do you have a favorite spot, whether that's rushing off the edge or dropping off the ball in linebacker? Do you have a spot where you're really drawn to?
I would say I like rusher because I don't in my mind, I just like to go, But I think linebacker is just a little bit more fun sometimes because when you don't got to deal with the cheap shots and the kind of harassment all the time, you deal with more of the just being smart and intellectual out there in the field. You just deal with concepts and pullers, and you can avoid people a lot more in space, and you just deal with that. I think sometimes you get more fun, but I think on third down, I like to get to the quarterback. I think the people like that more if you get to the quarterback. I don't know why, but I think a guy who can go out there and get 13 tackles, 2 TFLs, and a PBU, that's my type of guy. And but people just like those guys who get to the quarterback, which is nothing wrong with it. I like that too, but I really like doing both, and I hope he lets me kind of do that. But I think it's hard when you got Quay and Edrin here, some guys. But I told them if they want to rush them, they can. I don't mind that.
Mike, at what point did it start feeling real that you were Green Bay Packers, or someone who thought they'd be in Dallas their entire career?
I think once my agent contacted me, and I know there were some other things involved, but I just think the hometown connection for me hit home for me. And I was just talking to my guy over there a little bit before this, and I just told him, I said, and once I heard a sense of home, I always love home. And I don't want to be too close to home, but I like things that feel like home. And I think I got that feeling here just with the guys in this locker room. I tell you, I've never been in a locker room with guys like this. Like, I came in Tuesday for treatment, and I saw almost every guy in the locker room. I said, this is the first time I've ever seen this. And that just shows how much these guys want to be here, how much they like. They do say it's because there ain't nothing else to do, but there's other things you can do. But they just want to be around each other, hang out. And that's important, having guys that want to come into the building. Like, guys that want to come in the building, they want to be here. I think that's important. And when you're around guys like that, it makes it exciting to come to work.
Micah, we've talked to so many of your teammates about just what you can do when you're on this team and what you can do for them. But it seems like the most excited people might be the back end guys. We talked to Evan Williams and Nate Hobbs just about how much easier their life's going to be with you on the team. What's it feel like to have guys at a totally different position group just excited as heck to have you here?
Well, I'm going to tell them this. I've never not had a Pro Bowl all-pro corner. And so that should mean something to them. I'm going to make them a lot of money. That ball's going to come out a whole lot quicker. But that's what it's about, though. It's about feeding off each other, making plays off each other. It's just a team game. You know what I mean? They hold the coverage, 3rd and 5. They play tight coverage. I get a coverage set. There might be a time where they might get cooked, but the ball's going to come out early because I made up for it. That's what it's about, and that's what they should be excited about. I think it's exciting about making plays for each other and, putting each other in position so we can win football games.
Hey, Micah, we talked football, we talked your back. What about, just your normal life? I was talking to Kenny the other night, and he's glad that they're playing tonight so he can, move his stuff to Dallas. What's this week been like for you? What's your living situation, your family? How's that been?
Yeah, obviously it's tough. My mom's a little upset. I told y'all that. She's not excited about the cold. I don't think no one's excited about the coat, but I said we went to Penn State. Like, what are you talking about? We lived in Pennsylvania for 4 years, like our whole life. Like, what are we talking about here? But obviously living out of suitcases. Obviously that's not fun. But everything will be all right. I'm not really worried about it. You got people that take care of that stuff for you anyway. So I think we both kind of got that feeling of just like I got some friends with me. They're kind of making this transition a little bit easier, which I'm extremely blessed for. But obviously the family's struggling. The family misses us, but in the all be all, I think it's all going to be worth it.
You and Kenny didn't talk
Two more
about
for
renting
Micah.
each other's houses out to each other. Right?
Nah, I probably should have hit him up to rent his house, but I did reach out to him though, just on the player to player, and about some other things that advice or things like that. So I appreciate him.
Micah, I know you had your experience of rivalries in college and of course in Dallas too in the NFC East, but how does it feel, especially with week one, this matchup being against the Lions and now being part of the rivalries in the NFC North?
Honestly, bro, I felt like Dallas and Detroit already had a rivalry. I already got that rivalry built up. Bro, I'm excited to play them. I never liked Detroit. I never liked them. Even when I was in Dallas, it's just it was just always a heavyweight fight every time they came in, and they kind of got our guys when I was injured last year, or the whole team was injured. And so, I just think it's a funny way how things work. I'm excited to play them. I know they're excited, and it's going to go all 12 to 15 rounds.
What do you think of trick plays?
Trick plays are for people who can't beat you straight up. It's like a guy running around the ring all day trying to jab, but meet me in the middle. You know what I mean? Let's line it up. And I think that's what guys who try to do trick plays do. They can't beat you head up. They don't want to out-physical you. They don't want to be dominant. It's a scared tactic, I guess, but, I can beat you any which way.
Micah,
Last one for Micah.
We all want to play doctor around here, like the epidural injection, all that kind of stuff. From experiencing the steroids and everything, what has that done for you in terms of like lessening the pain? What does that actually do for you?
It honestly it just helps it get stronger. That's what all it is. It's a weak joint, right? And if something's weak, it helps it get stronger faster. That's kind of what it did. And obviously, when you mix that in with treatment and technology that we have, it makes things get better a lot faster. So, like I said, let me keep finishing the treatment and see what the coaches. I've been trying to practice hard on the reps that they gave me on the ramp up. See what they're planning for me this game and see how they were going to unleash me.